the street alone. Her head was down, face locked onto the phone. And I wished I'd had a number so I could be color unknown. And then I tell her to look into my eyes and never let it go. About to open her door, I saw the guy that she was waiting for. He had no flowers in his hands and no time to say hello. If I were in his place, I know I would have kissed her slow.
For the 10 minutes that it says, and then it says to go back and do the roots. It's not been going to plan, to be honest, because my hair's thicker and shorter, and because I like to dye my hair when it's wet, but it says to do it on dry, unwashed hair, so that was awkward. And then the mixture wasn't as liquidy as I was expecting, so I had to like goop it out and blend it together in that. What else? Yeah, it was difficult. It was a tough process, so I'm going to see what it looks like after 10 minutes, and then I think I'm just going to try and slap whatever's left of the bleach dye stuff onto my head for the further 20 minutes, and then I'll come to you and show you what it looks like. Hopefully it turns blonde. It looked like it was turning lighter as I was going, so fingers crossed, and hopefully I haven't missed any splotches at the back or anything. Fingers crossed. So this is how it's looking after 10 minutes. Yep, it's definitely taken, and I've definitely got some rootage to sort out. I'm actually liking this ginger colour, you know. So yeah, I've definitely got some roots in that to sort out, so hopefully I can get the majority of them. I don't think I'll get all of them. Now, am I supposed to be really dramatic and sort of real, but you can kind of see. Oh, it blends over my skin. Anyway, I kind of got so obsessed with trying to make sure I coated the back really well, but I do have some odd darker spots. You might have seen me struggling a little bit at the beginning when I was running out of product, just because it's goopy. If it was runnier, I think it would have lasted longer, but I don't know if I just didn't shake it properly. Anyway, so I've kind of got like darker patches in between, but it's like a light dark brown, and then the rest is like a gingery blonde. I don't think it looks too bad, but I guess I'll have to wait to see when it dries. However, I'm really contemplating now whether to put the blue straight on or not. Will this sort of tone it as well if I do a lighter batch? I do want to try a pastel shade on it. I don't think it will take, but I could always just chuck this on top after anyway. So anyway, let's show you what it looks like. Okay, I know some people don't like the look of dark skin with blonde hair, and this does look really kind of ginger in this light. It wasn't this bright a minute ago, honestly. I think it's just the light. But this is what I've got. This is how it came out. This is the lightest my hair's ever been, but do you see what I mean? Like, I've got a few dark patches where it didn't quite get it. I think it has irritated my scalp a little bit where maybe I put it a bit too close, and to be fair, my scalp has been itchy and dry the past like week or so, so maybe it wasn't the best time to do this, but this is how it's looking Do you see what I mean? Like some parts, this is when I came back to do the second batch and I was hitting the roots, but I didn't quite get all of them. Back doesn't look too bad though. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. I can't be asked to spin around. But yeah, I'm interested to see how my curls look afterwards. They're sort of drying a bit now. Yeah, I'm happy with how light it's got. Obviously it's very, very ginger, so looking at it now, I think I will go ahead and put the blue on. I think it's going to turn more green, which is what I didn't want, because I've accidentally gone green before. It looks lovely in that, but I really want to go blue, and I just don't know if this is going to be light enough. So this is how it looks on the box, and to be fair, hers looks a little bit more blonder, just a tad, but that almost looks pretty similar, like especially certain spots of my hair matches that quite nicely. That is definitely blonde, but and I would say my hair is actually the darkest brown to black. I don't know how well you're going to see that, and it says not recommended, but it got this, so I guess maybe my hair's not as dark as I thought it was, or maybe it just took really well. So yeah, I'm now gonna figure out whether to do a pastel sort of shade. I think what I'll do is I'll mix it with a bit of conditioner just to see how that looks, and then if when I wash it out it looks bad, then I'll add more or something. So yeah, so I have finally finished dyeing my hair, and it ended up more green than I was hoping. Usually second day hair after I've dyed it, it tones down a bit, or sometimes it brightens up, so the colour will depend on the morrow once it's had time to settle. I've already gone in with my leave-in conditioner, which is the Schwarzkopf Gliss Hair Repair Liquid Silk Express Repair Conditioner. Now I'm just going to slap some of my moisturiser on and my oil. So this is the Fantasia ISE Pure Tea Instant Oil Moisturiser Hair Lotion, which apparently is 100% effective. I love the smell of this, it's awesome. And then I'm going to seal it with my 100% pure grapeseed oil. And this is the colour of my hair. Hello. I actually really like it. So before, when I dyed my hair blonde to get blue, I used Directions turquoise, and it turned out like a deep green. But because this is a lighter blonde than what I used before, this is the Dark and Lovely Soft Sheen Castle. I probably haven't even said this yet. Fade resistant, rich conditioning lightener, shade 396 Luminous Blonde, which is lighter than the other one. It's made it a lighter shade, but I think it's still kind of turquoisey. So it's got hints of blue. I think the bluer sections are more near the front, and then it's kind of greenish up to the tips, or turquoise. I actually really like it. Oh, some shedded hair. Oh gosh, that doesn't look good, does it? So I will say though, my hair is knotty. I didn't really tangle it properly, as you saw in the beginning of the video. I just kind of roughly brushed it. I haven't been brushing or combing my hair much because I've been trying to figure out how to get my curls to look curly. So I've just been raking gel in, like a light hold gel, and then sort of swiffing it like that, so it hasn't actually, or like getting my afro comb and going like that, so it's been creating volume, but obviously it's sort of like back combing the hair, isn't it? So yeah, that is literally just loose hair. It shouldn't be any fallout from the dye. I guess I'll find out over the coming days, but this is how it's looking like. Probably is pretty patchy. It doesn't feel too dry, you know, but I definitely need some moisture in there. The blonde dye was, you can smell all the bad stuff in it basically, but it wasn't too bad like before. With other blonde dyes I've used, it's kind of made me feel a bit nauseous, but then again, I was in a smaller room with no like proper ventilation. I made sure I had my door, I think my door was a little bit ajar, I have my window wide open, so that was okay, and it smelled alright washing out, which is interesting. Oh, my hands are going all blue. Oh gosh. So yeah, it definitely feels dry, just not completely stripped, I guess, which is good. So yeah, in comparison to dyeing my relaxed hair, I think this was far more difficult because I had to try and stretch out the curls and get into it, and there was just more curves and bends to sort of make sure it was coated, and I think I've missed a few pieces, but you know, compared to relaxed hair, it's all straight, so you can really get into the strands. So that was my difficulty. And then obviously I spoke about the hair dye not being as slippery as I was expecting. But just looking at it wet, at least, like straight away, it doesn't look too bad. Again, as I say, tomorrow will tell how good it actually looks, and tomorrow I'm actually going uni, so I'm actually going outside, and I haven't had my hair brightly coloured for like, oh my god, ages. Oh my absolute ages. So I'm not going to be looking forward to the attention this brings, which people will be like, well, you dye your hair, you're going to get attention. I dye it because I like the colours, I don't like the attention that it comes with it, if you know what I mean. Like, especially when I'm outside and people are staring. Photos and everything, like basically social media is fine, I don't really care about people saying anything on social media, but outside in the public when people are just looking at you, why am I out of focus? Oh my god, I was just in a nice conversation and you had to go and mess up, didn't you, camera? Anyway, most of the time it's been like positive things, and you know, people have said, oh, I like your hair and that, but sometimes you can get the look that lingers too long and people going, ooh, and whispering, so that sucks. That's all the stuff that's coming out of my hair as I'm like moisturising it, or the dye. I did rinse it out until it ran clear, but I guess it wasn't clear enough. I thought it was clear. Makes my hair look more curly. That's strange. I noticed that when the blonde dye was on, but again, probably because it's just wet. Wishful thinking, guys, wishful thinking. I've got to be careful where I flick this hair, blimey, I've got so much shit on my floor. Literally getting smurf hands. But it's rinsing off alright. Oh no, my nails. Damn it, I used the gloves to rinse it off, but I didn't think that it would keep running. I just forgot. This is how like long ago I've dyed my hair, guys. See, I forget that even if you do have gloves on, whatever, somehow you do get stained nails. God. So that is it for this video, guys. I'm actually quite liking this. This is nice, even though it's not the true blue that I want. I think it might be the bluest I've been able to get. Like, if you look at it, you can see there's tints and shades of blue in it, but I think overall it does look more green. Anyway, I'm quite happy with this. I guess let me know what you think. If you want to be horrible, take your hate somewhere else, because I don't care for that. But yeah, let me know if you dye your hair, what colours you've been. If you also have natural hair perhaps and you've dyed it, what are the outcomes? Have you found any negativity, drawbacks to that, or are you all positive? I'd love to know. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll speak to you in another video soon. Bye.